Hey everybody, it's me, Jacob. Yes, after my long hiatus of not doing any kind of content, I'm back. I think I'm gonna try my damnedest at least. And I feel like in a way I've been in a hole for the last a year and a half. There's been so many things that have been going on in my personal life, and I missed all this super cool stuff going on, totally casual things that will not impact us or the generations after us or our grandchildren or, the basic general population. So I kind of wanted to make this video to kind of just come back and say, hi. A lot of people were wondering what happened to the podcast. I couldn't do it anymore for the reason of time. I don't know if we talked about it a lot in the show, but when the show was ending, I started doing a lot more stuff for myself. A good example of this is I got really into photography, started doing a lot of photography for local bands, music videos, all that super fun stuff. Sarah moved in, and that's been a whole awesome thing. She and I have just been raising two beautiful dogs and, living in a house with two other people because we'll have roommates for the rest of our lives. Other than that, I have a big boy job. I work 40 hours a week. I was streaming on Whatnot for a local game store that I'm a huge fan of still to this day. Shout out North Valley Games. Recently, I've been able to kind of cut back on a lot of projects, which has really let me focus on things that I wanted to do, primarily more YouTube content. I thoroughly miss making videos. The podcast was great. I love Christian. He's my best friend. We still hang out all the time. But recently, I've been thinking about the one video that I did on this YouTube channel that wasn't about the podcast, and it was this one right here. And it was pretty much just me being upset with my favorite game in the world, Magic the Gathering. So really, primarily, this video is to just say that I am trying to come back to the platform. I really miss you guys. I miss making content for you guys. And there is a lot of stuff in the works. I can't really tell where this channel's gonna go. I'm not sure if it's gonna be more on the, world events side, the nerd side, music side. I might even do a couple videos about just photos and videos and editing and all that fun stuff because that's what I enjoy doing. Really, this is just going to be my way of kind of having a personal diary that I share with everybody. Over the last year and a half, I've been able to actually do what I've wanted to do, which is really focus on photography and videography. And it's been starting to take off really well. I've started to put my name on things. It's cool to get that recognition. And it's really all I think about. Fortunately, I work from home, and it's nice to be able to do that because, as you can kind of see behind me, I have my whole setup back here for both. I get to swivel around in a chair, and if I'm not doing the big boy job, I'm back here working on videos and hopefully more stuff for you guys. A couple things in the works, definitely 150%. If this is not your thing, I'm sorry, is Magic the Gathering content. For those of you who are not aware, this game has consistently, like a horrible husband, worked very hard to just ruin my trust and my love for it over the last few years. Even on the hiatus of the show, and I have not been able to express my feelings over that. Also, if you're a normal human being, it's kind of impossible to see what's going on in the world, and that has also given me a perpetual state of anxiety. So the one thing that I look forward to, it just kind of hits me hard now. So we are looking to do content with that kind of stuff. It is in the works. Again, I don't even know when this video is going to be released. I don't even know if it's going to be released. But I have some ideas, and I got so much equipment, dude. I can't not use it, But really, I wanted to make the theme today all about prioritizing what's best for you. A lot of my friends, a lot of my family, people I know on a personal level, they seem to not be able to focus on what makes them happy. Whether that really is something as easy as practicing cooking at home, going to the gym, or doing what I do, which is photography, videography, YouTube content creation, video editing, just that mind-numbing stuff that, if you know, and I hate it, but I love it. Over the last year and a half, I've taken on a lot of projects, and I've really experienced what most people have, which is burnout. Since COVID, my whole goal has to essentially not just work myself into the grave. Worked on a couple podcasts here as a producer, shooting a couple weddings, family events, YouTube editing for another person, streaming for a local game store. Again, all this stuff on paper was really cool. Then you kind of realize you have no time for yourself, and that's where it gets really hard. I think I always struggled with that because my philosophy has always been, if you're not living, you're dying, in a way where you have to stay consistently busy, or what's the point at all? And finally, after going to therapy, which a lot of you should be doing. And yes, I'm talking to you specifically. It's really kind of opened my mind and my eyes to the grand scheme of things. When I first started doing all of this kind of stuff, it really was just chasing the money, right? It's, we'll pay this here, we'll pay that here. I mean, it's going to cover my rent, it's going to cover my car payment, you know, and it felt good for that. But I really didn't have enough time for myself or my family. I live with my girlfriend, and it was even hard to spend time with her because even on my days off, I'm getting up and I'm working here. It doesn't stop, you know. Luckily, a lot of these projects kind of end on their own, you know, and that's a cool thing. And one thing I always liked about working independently for myself is that if you show up, you do the job, you get paid, you go home, and eventually it just kind of ends. Even that was a hard thing for me to grasp after a while. It felt like I was getting fired all the time. And I'm sure, just like me, a lot of you put a lot of unfair pressure on yourself. And even after all the good jobs or even the smallest critique, I really felt like this wasn't for me anymore. And I'm sure you could pay $59.99 for a motivational course, you know, to uplift your spirits, but I'm here to give this to you for free and to just say, you're doing absolutely fine. I used to really fight with the time of the universe. I'm 30 years old, which I know isn't that young anymore, but I'm also not that old. And it took me a long time to finally realize that I've got all the time in the world. Just kind of do what makes me happy. Like when me and Sarah go on trips, I love taking my camera and just making home videos. None of you have seen any of this footage and probably never will, but it's more so just for me because it's a hobby like anything else. If you're familiar with me, the last thing I need is more hobbies. Play music, Magic the Gathering, Warhammer 40,000, cameras, everything. Everything is expensive. I don't have a single free or cheap hobby, but what's important is that you have them. Feeling burnt out, especially after COVID, which by the way, was 5 years ago. I remember getting sent home from work literally like 5 years to the day. And that's unreal to me. But ever since then, I feel like all of us have been kind of yearning to do something a little more productive with our time, but we still experience that immense burnout. And I'm probably the biggest offender of that. Perpetually, I've been dealing with the fact that I have so much to do that I have anxiety, and I have anxiety because I'm doing none of it. So I try to learn what's the best system for me. I am a child at heart, you know, like I really don't understand if you work hard, you get to reap the reward. For a long time, I just wanted the reward. Everything sounds cool, like at the end, but I never really thought about how to get there. So this was kind of my way of getting back into it. So again, I don't know what this video is going to be. I don't know what this channel is going to be, but I kind of wanted to post this just as a reminder to all of you that whatever it is that you're doing in your life, you've got time. You're a lot smarter than you know, and I promise you, if you put your mind to it, you'd be amazed at what you can accomplish. A lot of the people that subscribe to this channel are longtime friends or family of mine, so I know they know me on a very personal level, but I hope this reaches other people as well, because I feel like, especially now more than ever, the last 5 years have been hard for everybody. Your rent's getting higher, groceries are expensive, people still fear the world ending at any given moment, and I believe that mental health is more important now than ever. With the expansion of the internet and AI and social media and directly to you content, it's no wonder that a lot of our attention spans are kind of diminished, and what attention we do spend is just really unproductive. I cannot be the only person who tells myself that I'm gonna go to bed at 10:30 so I can go to the gym in the morning, just to realize that I've been doom scrolling on TikTok for the last 4 hours and now it's past midnight and I'm doomed. Taking that effort and putting it into something that you like to do goes so far beyond what you can even comprehend. For instance, when my girlfriend and I started dating, the one thing that we really learned that we enjoyed together was concerts. I have been to more concerts after the pandemic than I ever did before. And even that's pretty awesome. And I know that what some people will say is like money is tight and stuff like that, but I am a huge advocate of the local community. For those of you who don't know, I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, and this is probably by far the best music community I've ever experienced in my life, let alone just any kind of art. Just know that anything that you're trying to accomplish, you can easily do, for the most part, without any kind of funds. Again, coming from a guy who put himself in an immense amount of debt over this thing that I'm doing now. But having any kind of hobby really does decrease anxiety, depression, what have you, by an astronomical amount. There are days where I don't even leave the house, and that is the biggest bummer of all time. Working from home and doing a side job that allows me to work from home for the most part, I'm so glad at the fact that the other part of that job allows me to be on site and available to not be in my pajamas. And for some people, I think it's great that we now have work from home jobs now more than ever, because some people really needed it. But this was my way of getting back out there. And it was through videography. It was through playing Magic with my friends again, going to live shows, local shows especially, where I've met some of my best friends. And those guys were met in the last year alone. But the point that I'm getting to here, time is short, but you're still young. And take it from me, I think that this is a huge opportunity to do what really makes you happy. If you're feeling burnt out, take a break and understand why. Figure out why. Write a list, compare and contrast. What do you want to do? You know, do you want to go back to school? Awesome. Oh, I'm 46. Doesn't matter. Oh, you want to play guitar? But I'm like 33 and I've never touched an instrument. Who cares? Oh man, I can't leave my house because the crushing weight of the world and the state that it's in right now is just too unbearable. Me too, man. Me too. I would love to know what is something that has been going through your guys' life. I know that's not always the easiest to share. I would love to hear about it in the comments. Maybe we can talk about it in another video, or if you want to stay completely anonymous, here's my email. Now more than ever, we need other people to relate to. It is a very lonely existence in the current state that we live in. And one thing I've always wanted to do with my content was to try and give back. If I can reach one person, make them feel better, or at least make them feel that they're not alone, then awesome. I missed you guys so much. I love you all, and I'm super happy to try this again, and I hope it works. And if the videos stop, then maybe I found something else that's better. But for the meantime, I don't think I'm going anywhere. Thank you guys for tuning in. You guys are great. I'll see you when I see you, and peace out.